Yeah. Okay, you ready? Okay, when it finishes now, after this.
No.
You know? Yeah, go. Wait, wait, wait. Hello? Hello? Okay, go live now.
Okay, now.
Hello, good day. Welcome to Vision for the Nation. I am Danny MC, and today I really want to wish you all the best. Thank you for tuning in today to this program, Vision for the Nation. It's quite a brand new program that we are hosting here on ABC, and I believe that this program will help to bring some of those ideas that we can put together towards our vision, our nation. As you know, you and I know, we in Ambazonia have gone through a lot of pain and trial during this period. Houses have been burned, villages burned, whole of villages have been burned. We have schools that have been burned. So much is going on, so much is happening in Ambazonia right now. And, when I thought of this program, I thought, hey, you know what? While the devastation is happening, what is it that we have as vision for our nation? How do we want Ambazonia to be? So that is what this show is about. It's about, putting together that mindset, the ideology of what we want to see Ambazonia to be like. What is your dream for Ambazonia? In this platform, we'll be having, lines open for people to call in and to share. I know it's a bit late now because I was to come early, but due to the lockdown, Secretary Chris had to come before, and we should just have all due respect for him to do that. So that's why I'm coming this late. So I beg your pardon. I'm really sorry that I had to come around this time, but I hope you bear with me. In today's show, we just want to, have an introduction, understand what vision for the nation is. Obviously, the name says it for itself. It's a vision for the nation. What is your vision for this nation, Ambazonia? What is your vision, your ideas that you can contribute for the future leaders, for Ambazonians? Houses have been burned. How do we reconstruct them? What are the ideas? What infrastructures do we want to see in place? What is it that we want our people to be like? How do we want to live? How do we want our culture to be like? How do you want your culture in Ambazonia to be like? So there's just so much to discuss. And in this show for today, it's just to give a bit of highlight of what we are going to be discussing. We're going to have interviews as time goes on. We're going to have various people that we will get to talk to invite you in the show, and also for Ambazonians to be able to contribute to what we are doing in terms of ideas. We know very well that knowledge is power. When you have when you have knowledge, you've got power, because you know what your enemy doesn't know, or you know something that somebody doesn't know. And so you'll be in the right position to better your situation, your future. And so a lot has happened. It will be foolish for us to be looking for a country and we don't have a vision for that country. It'll be so stupid because we will arrive there and it'll be like, okay, what next? No, we don't want to be that type of people. We want to be a people that know where we are going, what we want to achieve, and how soon we want to achieve it. So in this show, we will be discussing a lot about that. I'll be opening the lines. I believe that some people, you might have already received the flyers. Sadly, I don't have that number on the screen right now, but if you check on the Facebook of ABC AMba T, you will see the flyer there, and there is a WhatsApp number there that you can call. So in a moment, we would do that. We will open up the lines in case there's anybody that is available to talk. I know it's a bit late right now, but at least if there's anybody there, I want to hear your voice. We've heard Secretary Chris has been talking about so much happening for the lockdown, and so just another opportunity again to continue to hear more about our nation. Ambazonia, for me, I will start with myself. It's a place that I believe we will have freedom of speech. A place where, although my idea and yours might not relate the same or might not be the same, we can still live in harmony. As you and I know, we had one of the most peaceful elections that happened in the history of Africa, when the power was handed down after the election for the first, the first prime minister, and that we had. And that goes into history to show that we've been a people that have always loved peace. Even right now, even while people are dying and people are being killed, yet there's still a certain level of peace that is going on in the country. Why? Because that's the kind of people that we are. And so my dream for Ambazonia, it's a place I believe that will fill my heart for joy, because finally I can call a place home, or a place of belonging. Because as we grew up, most of us did not have that sense of belonging. So in this show, we want to begin to look at how do we construct our nation? How do we put or ensure, that the legal system, for example, is well structured, that corruption is not the talk of the day? How do we ensure that there is peace in the land? How will the military treat the citizens? Are we going to have a situation, or let me say, we want to avoid a situation like what we're experiencing now in Ambazonia with the forces of the Republic, who have been busy killing our people? That is the truth. That is a fact. It's not something I need to come and challenge or convince anybody, because everything is now clear. But what is it that we have for our nation, Ambazonia? I want to hear your dreams. I want to hear what you've always envisaged, what you've always thought of. Maybe as a child, you had this dream of how our nation should look like. Or maybe you have some ideas concerning how we could reconstruct our roads, or how we could implement a good civil society, how we could, organize the government, how the government could be well organized. I mean, you must not be the one that will eventually, implement this. It can still be something that you wish to see another person do. Not necessarily, this is not a name calling. It's not an opportunity for somebody to call here and be talking politics. We are here to talk about our nation. What is it that we want to see in our nation? How do we want to see the roads? How do we want to see the street? How do we want to see the seaport managed? How do we want to see products that are going to be coming in handled? How do we want to see exportation and importation? How do we want to see the whole system coming together? You'll be looking at the economy, we're looking at the military, we're looking at the judiciary, we're looking at education, we're looking at manufacturing, culture, tradition, so many things. And eventually, We would also be visiting various local, the various LGAs, so to say, and the counties. So there is just a lot to discuss in this show. And ladies and gentlemen, I believe that it's a high time that we begin to wake up, educate ourselves of what we want, how we want it, when we want it, and how fast we want it. Because I dream already of Ambazonia. I dream of a place where I can walk freely on the streets, be happy without having to think that my life will be better elsewhere than there. In fact, I want to be, if I was to leave, to be so conscious that I want to come back home. They say charity begins at home. So we want to make Ambazonia a place that is conducive to living. What is going to be our foreign policies? And we need ideas. The interim government wants to hear from you. The future leaders want to hear from you. The other groups also want to hear from you. Those that are going to handle the nation want to hear from you. Because if I was to say, for example, just giving an example, if I was to be, say, a journalist, and I know that people want to hear the truth, for what is happening around, and they are so concerned of only knowing the truth, what is then my business of trying to bring lies? Because sooner or later, because they seek the truth, they will be after me. So, we want to kind of put a structure. Ambazonia is coming. Freedom is coming. It's coming even, faster than we think. And so we must begin to, look into that which we desire for our nation. We must begin to structure it from now on. The interim government would like to hear from you. I would like to hear from you. Many people would like to hear your voice. You can also visit us on Facebook /Vision for the Nation, as well as here on ABC platform. And I want to hear your ideas. I want to hear your ideas, what you think. Let me give you the WhatsApp number since I didn't have it, up. But trust me, in the next program, we'll be having it up as well. So the WhatsApp number is +44. 1 second. +44 7379487450. I'll take it again. That's 447379485750. So if you happen to be watching, you can give us a call, drop us a message. I have a friend who said, a comrade who is in Canada, he said, I will be sending my ideas. You want to be anonymous, most likely, or probably. You can also just share your ideas. You must not necessarily call on the live show. You can send your ideas. We'll read those ideas. We want to be a family. It's only when we begin to dream together that we can really enjoy what God has blessed us. And indeed, God has blessed Ambazonia. God has blessed us so, so richly. And if God has entrusted in your hands blessings, and you cannot manage it because you didn't have a vision, and because you did not, care about it, then somebody else will come and pull it up from you. That's not what we want. We want to have a nation that is really a place to be. Look at Dubai. Where did they start from? One of their policies? Build it and they will come. Does that make sense? Does that ring a bell? Yes, it does. We know Dubai to be a place of infrastructures. I mean, one of the tallest, hotels you can think of, buildings, riches, is just enormous. But what did they do? They were building those buildings, knowing that people will come because they were building them. They knew that people, just the beauty, the edifices, the wonders of their buildings will attract people. And they did. And people came. So why did they do that? They had a vision. They had a dream. They had a dream that we want to be a place where people would desire to come in. People will want to be there. And so they did all their best. They invested so much in building, in construction. And of course, you and I, probably want to go and pay a visit there. Why? Because it's such a magnificent place, a wonderful place to be. Ambazonia can be the same. And it all starts with what? A vision. We have IDPs. We have, refugees and many other people. How do we bring them back when the independence comes? What do we do to make sure that they are not sidelined, that they are not left out? These are all the kind of things that we'll be discussing in this show. Ladies and gentlemen, I wouldn't be that long. That was just a tester. And sadly, it's a bit late now, but I believe that you're going to watch this and be encouraged. Just want to say before I leave that Ambazonia will be a place to be, a reference point. And I trust God that you and I will find ourselves there. Again, this is Danny MC, and you are watching Vision for the Nation. God bless you.
very least, their seats will be taken by other Conservative Party members who are rather more of Boris Johnson's playbook.
Correct. It would be a rock-solid test, in my view, for anyone taking any of those